Hi, Fiona. Let me know when you can hear and see me, okay?
I can see you and hear you.
Awesome.
My video is on. Okay.
How's it going?
Oh, going pretty well.
Good.
I just came from a club meeting at my school, which I
Oh,
thought I'd like.
fun. How's your voice feel today?
Not too bad. I got like a little bit of like a stuffiness to it. Like maybe
Oh.
it's because I had lunch pretty late today, but
Oh, yeah, that could
it
be
feels just
depending
a
on
little
what
bit
you
like
had.
eh.
We can produce
But I don't.
more,
Doesn't
like a
hurt.
thicker mucus lining if you had dairy, for instance. So sometimes
Yeah.
that does affect our singing, so that changes the way things feel, which obviously is not our favorite.
Mhm. Yeah. But other than that, all's
Alrighty.
good.
Okay, so, all right, so singing wise, tell me, what would you say is your main goal for today? What would you like to focus on?
So I would like to work on more of the art song. My love is like a red, red rose because I like that song, and I feel like last week I did not know what it sounded like well enough to get it like down. But I spent some time. I worked on the rhythms a lot, and so I got it down. And so I want to make sure I have the rhythms, and then also make
Great.
sure that it's artistic and not just like da 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 da.
Absolutely. Yeah, that it has some, expression and connection to the
Mm-hmm.
artistry. Yeah. Absolutely. Adding the musicality for sure. Okay, well, that's great to hear. So, since you just came from a club meeting, I'm guessing we need to do a little bit of warming up
Yeah,
and
I'm
maybe
sorry.
some
It
technique work
was a
today as
little later than
well.
I thought it would be.
No worries. No worries at all. Okay, so why don't we start? Let's do on me sustaining first. So, we're going to hold it out. So, breathing in. Me.
Rona, yes.
Me. 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 Good. Let's do those one more time. Me. 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 All right, let's go ahead and do a stretch. So let's do a woo.
Ooh.
Great, good. Let's do two of those. Woo.
Oh.
Nice.
upper.
Good. Now we're going to go high to low. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Awesome. Good. One more of those. Woohoo!
Woohoo!
Excellent. Good. All right. So then let's try, let's do, let's try on the,
Sorry.
great. All right. So then, let's try, Let's do on a slide. Let's go. Breathing in. Breathe. Great. Awesome.
That's good.
Okay, good. So then let's slide down. Excellent. Okay, so then let's do on an oo vowel. Let's do ooh. Breathing in. Ooh. good. Let's slide down. Nice, good. All right, so then let's try on an arpeggio. Let's do this on C-A-I-E. C-A-I-E. Breathing in. C-A-I-E. 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 Nice, very good.
Sorry, there's something on my glasses. I took them off for a second and never realized
Oh,
it was
it's
worse.
okay.
Without my
No
glasses,
worries.
so I put them back on.
Let's go ahead and slide down. Ah. Awesome. Good. Okay. So then let's try. Let's actually go on to our song now. So our My Love is Like a Red, Red Rose. Let's take a look at that now. When you were practicing, did you have like an accompaniment track, or how were you usually practicing it?
I did it either by myself or with a metronome.
Okay, that works
But
too.
I did
Okay.
listen to different versions.
All right, great. So let's go ahead and let's try first off just an open mouth tum. So you're going to take your tongue to the roof of your mouth on an so let your jaw hang open and lips open, but your tongue is connected to the roof of your mouth so that the air is vibrating through the sinuses.
Okay.
On a hum, breathing in. Breathe. Okay, very nice.
Oh, also, I learned the second verse now, so
Oh,
we
great.
can do both.
Wonderful. That's awesome. Okay,
You don't have to,
good.
but I was just
So
saying.
you adventured forth, right?
Hmm.
Excellent. Okay, let's try this on do 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 this time. Each syllable, breathing in. Do 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 Awesome. Okay. Let's try this going through on the V consonant, just sustaining through. Breathing in. Excellent. All right, so let's go through. I just want to talk it in time one time through. So we're just going to take about bum, 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 bum. Here we go. Oh, my loves, like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. I love is like the melody that's sweetly played in June. As fair art thou, my bonny lass, say deep in love am I, and I will love thee still, my dear, though all the seas gang dry. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Excellent. Very nice. All right, so we're going to try verse 2 now. All right, 1 and breathe. Till all the seas gang dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. Yet, oh, I did that wrong. So, yet I love thee still. So that'll be yet I on that triplet. So, sun, breathe. Yet I love thee still, my dear. Okay, sorry, I did that wrong too. All right, let's start there again. So, sun, breathe. Yet I love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run, and fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well a while, and I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Apologies. I guess I just had the same pattern in my head as the first verse, and I was like, wait, it's not setting the same way that I was thinking.
So I have a question about one measure.
Yes, sure.
So the measure where it goes, after yet I love thee still, my dear, this measure, dear, so is that dear or is it dear while?
Good question. Yes.
Because the bar's in the middle there, and I don't know.
Yes. So D ear, and then so the reason I tripped over that too is because I was anticipating it to be written with the 2/8 notes and then an eighth and 2/16.
Yeah.
They wrote it so it's easier for your mind for the first verse, but for the second verse, if you think of it as D ear, those 2/8, and then the comma, and then think of the bracket being with while and the. So it's 2 more eighths, while the. So it's a lot simpler than the way it's written because it's written to pair the other way. So
do you breathe after dear?
Ear, breath, while the sand.
Makes much more sense.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
It's a lot simpler than it looks visually. I had the same thing where I was like, what?
I was like, I don't know where to
Yeah.
breathe here. Where do I breathe?
Yeah, same thing for me. Yes, same moment tripped me up. So, yeah, sometimes, they try to make it easy to read, but it's written out for the
not
first
okay.
verse. So then the second verse is a little funky. It's harder to follow sometimes. So yeah, really good question there. So yeah, I think just speaking that in time can be
It's
really
very
helpful instead of challenging yourself, to just sing through, taking some time just to speak it in time, I think would be very useful ahead of
Nice.
time. So yeah. Okay, so then let's go ahead, and we worked on that first verse last week. So I would love for us to maybe focus a little bit more on this second
All right. I
verse
like
here
Like
for
the verse.
today mainly. So let's go through, and we're going to sing on that second verse. Just take our time, and if we need to review something or slow it down, we can. All right, so those are our starting notes there. So, mi, do. So starting on the fifth, ti, il, ah. Breathing in. Till all the seas sing dry, my dear, and the rocks melt with the sun. Yet I love thee still, my dear, while the sands of life shall run, and fare thee well, my only love, and fare thee well awhile, and I will come again, my love, though 'twere 10,000 miles. Oh, my love's like a red, red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. Awesome. All right, let's try singing through just on the vowels of the words for that second verse. So,
I have a question.
yes.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Does not. I know we're just like warming, getting into it right now.
That's
but
okay.
For the final tempo, do you have a tempo that you'd like me to do for the final? Because I feel like that's helpful for breath. Like when I'm practicing, to know how fast I'm gonna need to do it.
Well, it says moderato, so we have a little bit of a, what would I say, like a frame or a bracket. Like we have a range of tempos that we can play with. And I would say that ultimately it'll be a lot based on what you feel like. So faster than a ballad, but it's not quite an up tempo. Like a ballad might be more like, oh, my love's like a red. And then an up tempo might be more like, oh, my love's like a red, red rose. Or even
like
faster. Da 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 da. So kind of between that, and then it just is kind of wherever it ends up being comfortable.
I was just asking because I kept messing up the breaths in that last run.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I didn't know if it was the tempo.
Well,
or me
also
or
we
whatever.
place the breaths differently in the first verse and the second because the text falls differently. So, yeah. So you might be tempted to breathe based on the musical rhythms, but if I do that, then I might breathe in an awkward spot,
words
like
sound
right in the
weird.
middle of a word. Yeah.
Wow.
So paying
Wow.
attention to the words. Yeah. Like we have, oh, my love's like a red, then there's a comma, right? And then in the second verse, till all the seas getting dry, comma, so we might breathe, on a different beat there based on where the commas fall, right? So paying attention more to the text, and that'll give you a guideline. Or like on the second line, love is like the melody. And then we have love thee still, comma, my dear, comma, so you can see where the breaths are going to fall differently depending on the words where you're at. So really paying attention to the text there.
All right, thank
For
you.
this exercise, though, we're going to try going through on the vowels of the words. So for right now, you can just kind of breathe wherever it's comfortable because we're focused more on that legato line through.
Oh, sorry. I know I have a lot of questions, but
okay.
I'm a little confused on where to place this because obviously it's not as forward as musical theater, but maybe it's not like as up as like Christine. I don't know.
Well, this is actually, Christine Daae is more of a classical musical theater, like I would think like Broadway revival kind of style. But I really think for this, we're going to do more of a true like art song. So it's not fully theatrical like opera. But it is going to be a truly classical sound. Opera would need to be louder. It's going to have a heavier vibrato presence. It's more dramatic and theatrical. Art song is going to be a truly classical form, but it's meant for a more intimate setting. So think of like a dinner party, and they gather around the piano and then sing art songs for each other, kind of a thing. So it's going to be more of maybe the family gathers around the piano after dinner, or at an elegant grand house, they have a dinner party and they have everyone gather and they have someone perform art songs for the group as like a pre-dinner entertainment kind of a thing. So it's a smaller setting and it's not as theatrical, and it's celebrating poetry. So the text is famous poetry. So we are going to have a truly classical sound. It's going to be more warm, more rich, more resonant. We're going to have more tall, rounded vowel shapes. The vibrato isn't going to be as dramatic or like exaggerated, I would say, as in a fully operatic style. It's a more like subtle use, but we do still have it there consistently the whole time. Because they don't have any microphones or projection. Everything has to be from the voice. It's going to be softer than a fully operatic piece throughout. And then it's less like acting and a little more of interpreting the poetry. So a little more poised, demure kind of a feeling. With the presentation. So does that kind of help with the interpretation
definitely.
a little
Thank
bit?
you so much.
Yeah, great. Okay, so
Sorry about that.
We wouldn't ever sing this with a very theatrical like
yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, my love's like a red rose. Like that would be too theatrical. And I also wouldn't sing it fully operatically, like, oh, my love's like a red rose. That would be too over the top theatrical as well. So it's a little more of thinking of how I would recite a poem. Oh, my love's like a red rose that's newly sprung in June. My love is like the melody that's sweetly played in tune. They actually used to recite poetry and have like competitions for it. If you've ever read Anne of Green Gables, like that's something she does, is she does like recitations of famous poems. And it's like something she does as like entertaining people and in talent shows and things.
That's cool.
So
I
it
think
would
maybe
have
read
been
book
something
then.
that would be done a lot more. You know, they didn't have TV or radio, so they had other ways of entertaining, right? So, so yeah, so just a little bit of a different feel overall. So I want you to try this exercise singing through on just the vowels of the words. All right, so
Yes.
a, e, a, I, e, a, I. And if you get a little bit off, it's okay. Just very legato. Breathing in.
Are we starting at second verse? Sorry.
Second verse, yeah.
Okay,
Focusing on
perfect.
that
That's what I
for
thought.
now.
My bad.
Great. Awesome. So that's an exercise I want you to add in this week to your practice as well, singing through on the vowels.
That's fun.
All right. And that'll help us get a really legato line throughout. All right. Good. Really nice questions today. What are some of your reflections there?
I definitely, the breaths are a little bit trickier in this piece, I think, because of the different placements. So
yeah,
that's going to be something I'm going to need to work on. But also just that will come, I feel like, with memorizing the lyrics more of. Then I can get the phrasing better. And then I tried to sing it more with that tone of voice you're describing, and I like the way that sounds a lot. So
nice. Love that. I'm taking notes for myself too as you talk.
No problem.
Okay, good. So then for this week, what's going to be your main practice goal?
I want to make sure I get those breaths in place, and I also want to make sure that I'm practicing with the correct tone. I'm probably going to try and memorize the lyrics.
Okay.
I'm going to need to do that for Isma anyway. Is this going to be my Isma piece? Sorry.
Yes.
Okay, that's what I thought. So yeah, I need to know that for Isma. Oh, I had another question about that. Sorry. I don't know how it is in voice, but in orchestra, you get points taken off if you don't have like an original like piece of music. Do they want me to like how do they want me to like do that?
Right.
Like,
you are supposed to bring in the original music. It's interesting too because this is a public domain piece. So like legally, you don't have to have purchased it. But for ISMA, they prefer that you have either like a book of art songs that this would be in, or that you bring like the receipt showing that you paid for the music. It's just because they prefer, you know, that the people who own the music are being compensated for it. So legally, an art song like this that was written in the past is public domain. But, you know, like they're thinking compensating artists for their work and whatnot. So I mean, it wouldn't hurt to buy a book,
All
especially if it's maybe an anthology of classical pieces,
right.
of more like art song repertoire. So I'll make a note to myself to maybe look at some um, books
Yeah.
that would have this.
Because if there's a specific one, I'm sure that wouldn't be too big of an issue. So. And that would
Right.
be really cool to have too.
Right. If we get you an anthology that has this in it, then you can use it for the competition and then you could learn other music in the
Yeah, that'd be
anthology as well.
cool.
So,
That'd be really
um,
cool.
yeah, so I'll take a look and maybe send some recommendations this week, okay?
Thank you so much.
Awesome.
Sounds
Great work
wonderful.
today.
Thank you.
Well, I hope
really
you have a
like this
wonderful
piece.
rest of your
I'm excited.
week. I'll plan to see you next week. If Monday doesn't work, then I'll see you another day. But for now, I'll plan to see you Monday.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that. I
No
was
worries.
like sick and I had a headache, but I
Oh, it's
was also
okay.
spacing, so I
It
didn't get
happens.
to.
I get
I
it.
forgot to text until right before the.
Oh, it's okay.
So bad.
Well, I'm glad you're feeling better. Well, you have a wonderful rest of the week, and I hope you are feeling better and stay feeling better. And I'll plan to see you Monday.
Yes.
Bye, Fiona.